we think that this group is going to be, the bull market of bull markets for this group in our view. And so we like physical gold and silver, not the paper stuff. And you have to pay a premium for it now, which no problem, pay the premium. We think gold is going to hit probably $5,000 an ounce in the next 3 years. So we have the most bullish target pretty much of anybody we know, but we've been right on gold for a long time. But the real leverage is in the miners. And so this really fits in with the question you asked, how do you find these? The miners are trading right now relative to gold at about a 12-year low. The miners should be, I'm talking about Newmont Mining, some of the ETFs like GDX, the miner ETF. And because you invited me on tonight, I'll give you my top pick in this space if you guys want to hear it. It's a company called Vista Gold, symbols VGZ. I've known this company 15 years, and that's the other thing we do. It's a little bit different. We get to know the management teams of the companies we invest in, and fly out to meet with them, see their properties when possible, that kind of thing. And not many people do that anymore. I just don't trust. I don't trust what I see in writing. I want to make eye contact with the CEOs and management teams I'm investing in. And Vista Gold is one of those companies that the stock price right now is like 75 cents a share. So it's a no question, it's a penny stock. Company has no debt. That's what we love. We love companies that have no debt or manageable debt. We like management teams and boards that know what they're doing. I've known these guys 15 years, great board, great CEO. And then again, we like the macro story. We want to make sure that the industry we're investing in is not just going to prosper in the next 1, 2, 3 years, but it has a 10-year horizon where we can see significant long-term gains. And this company, Vista Gold, has their primary project is in Australia. It's called the Mount Todd concession. And it's a minimum 7 million ounce gold play. They have, it's the largest undeveloped gold play in Australia. Again, no debt. It's the lowest cost gold mine in Australia when they get into production. And they're about to do that. They're about to sign a deal. They're talking to 3 major companies right now about going into production. We think that'll happen by year end. And that this is the kind of stock that could be 6 to 10. If I'm right about gold, let's say gold just goes to $2,500 an ounce. This is a $25 stock. And it's 75 cents a share now. So that's what we do. We find those companies in those industries where our members and our clients can dollar cost average monthly. So it's no day trading. We're not in this for a quick buck, but every month you dollar cost average into your favorite investments, like Peter Lynch, like a Warren Buffett. And then, if just one of our top stocks, comes up with a 1,000, 2,000% profit, you're telling your grandkids about it. Not that you asked, but I will tell you, my top pick of all time along this line was an oil and gas company called Petroleum. I did the same thing. Found out about the company, went and saw their properties, got to know the CEO. Over a 9-year period, the stock went from, Petroleum went from 14 cents a share to $200 a share over 9 years. A $10,000 investment turned into $11 million. So those are the kind of companies I look for. Wall Street doesn't do this anymore. They only invest in the biggest of the big companies. And so, like you in real estate, finding that property that's undervalued, that's what we're doing here. And not many people do that anymore, to tell you the truth. And it gives us opportunity.
So that's interesting. But then also, you're in Houston. You mentioned oil and gas. What do you? Stay away from it in the market. Go after it because it's cheap. Right. What are your thoughts there?
Most oil and gas stocks, the quality ones, are still buys right now. Like Chevron, Exxon. You pick your favorite. Royal Dutch Shell. Their dividends are still in the 5% range. You're getting paid to wait there. So the big guys are fine to buy. I would probably this move in oil has been straight up from the craziness lows of minus $30 a barrel just a couple weeks ago, really. But if you're short term, I'd be patient because we do think the market is going to head lower. Probably between now and I would say the next 6 months, we'll see a retest of the lows at least. So if you're a long-term investor, this is a great group to buy. Quality. If you're trying to time it just right, I'd be patient.
Well, I'm going to open up for questions in a minute. Why don't you tell us just a little bit about VRA, what you offer, your services, your newsletters, and all of that?
Okay. We have a free blog. Everybody can go on our website and sign up for that at kipherriage.com. Our primary site that you can sign up for everything we have is VRAinsider.com. VRA stands for Vertical Research Advisory. Again, VRAinsider.com. And we also have a 2 free week offer. You can check out our equity portfolio, everything we do there, our daily newsletter. A lot of days I have multiple updates. As Tim said, I'm on Twitter all day long as well. So you kind of know my views already. And then, so we have the equity piece where we focus on ETFs and growth stocks. And then we also have a what we call parabolic options program, which is our options program. And we have gains there in the last year of about 700%. So it's been a good run. Not so much on the equity side the last month or so, but on the option side, we more than made up for it. But anyway, we have the blog, parabolic, and the VRA daily newsletter.
Oh, how do I get access to your 12 screens?
To my 12 screens? If you sign up, I send about every 2 weeks, I send out an update with all those screens right there. And it's on our blog. I'll send it to you after we get through this tonight so you can take a look at them. Hey, I've got a printout right here. Those are the 12 screens.
There you go. Well, cool, man. So I'm going to open up for questions for the members. If you're on, Ross, Michael, Shan, Steve, if you've got any questions, go ahead and type them up. I'm going to keep just chit-chatting about the market while I wait. So, Kip, my my wife and I have had some of the worst luck in the stock market. And it's you take someone's advice and you enter at the wrong time or you exit at the wrong time. Based off of what I'm hearing, that's not a problem you have. So talk a little bit just about general philosophy on entering, exiting, and what to watch for with regards to the stock market, specifically in this environment.
We're again, the fundamentals matter more to us than anything else. So it's the same things that you look at. We look at them a little bit from a different view because we're contrarian. So when everybody is super bearish, we're buying aggressively, and we were buying a day before the final lows of March 23rd. We bought a lot that day, and now we've sold those positions now. But again, that's rare for us to be that active. But for the average person, again, it depends on your time horizon and really your risk reward parameters. It's a hard question to answer, if I'm being honest. Our approach, though, is, again, we're long term. Frankly, we don't really care what happens in the market short term. If it goes lower, then we get to buy more of the companies we like at a lower price. And we look to exit on great news, a buyout, something like that. But again, as long as you're buying quality companies, this kind of nonsense really doesn't matter. Management team, good balance sheet, a sexy, solid product that's going to stand the test of time. That's really kind of the core principles of what we look for. And when everybody on Wall Street is saying buy something, that's when we're selling. We're getting out of it. Like Bitcoin. I first bought Bitcoin at $600, okay? And then when all my friends started calling me, I mean, literally, all my friends and my sons in college, their friends, their fathers, I'd never met these guys before. Everybody's calling me up going, Bitcoin's 19,000. Should I buy now? Because everybody's saying it's going to 100,000. That was my signal to sell. And so that's when we took profits there. But we're contrarians at heart, at nature. When everybody is saying go left, we tend to want to go right. So I don't know if that answers your question or not, but.
Well, it does. I mean, it's just like if you go to an amusement park and you're there when the gates open, if you'll go to the left, you'll be one of the first ones in line because everyone goes to the right. Because in America, we go in and to the right, to the right, to the right.
Right.
So no, I mean, I get it. And obviously, if you're looking for opportunity in anything, you want to do kind of the opposite of what everyone else is doing. Someone asked what that oil stock was you mentioned. I think they're referring to the one that you said that you did very well.
Yeah, that was Ultra Petroleum. And this was from I want to say 1991 to 1999, 8-9 year period. It was the #1 performing stock on the planet for a decade. And we were buying it at 14 cents, went to 200 now. I mean, that's a once in a lifetime hit there. So, I doubt that I'll ever do that again. But I think for the average person looking for a great company to buy, the one I mentioned, Vista Gold, I highly recommend it. You just take a small position in it and then watch what happens.
Yeah, I mean, because and I think that's Vista Gold, right? If you can buy it for 75 cents a share, and you can, even if it gets to $2 a share,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, you're looking at nearly a 300% return on your money, and conversely, if it goes to zero, well, it wasn't that much. I did the same thing with Chesapeake Energy a couple of years ago, right after their founder died. I mean, the stock everything was just going crazy, and I would buy it like $1.50 and sell at $4, and then buy again when it got down below $2, and sell again when it got above $6, and ultimately exited when they started talking about a reverse split, and thank goodness I did, because that was just crazy. But I don't know. All right, so we don't have any more questions. I think everybody's eating dinner. I don't know. If someone is a short-term investor, I guess two types of companies. You don't have to say the actual company. If you're a short-term investor, what do you think is the best kind of opportunity band for the next 6 to 12 months? And then long-term, what are you looking like, for like a 3 to 5 year kind of horizon?
Short term, again, because I believe the market's going to go lower from here, I'd want to be short, and that's what we're doing. We're building some short positions to prepare for a move lower, and I think we could see from here, Tim. I think we could see a drop of, again, through the March 23rd lows, maybe even more, just to get capitulation. So unless you're ready to be a short seller, I would say cash is king, or gold and silver and mining stocks. If you're a longer term investor, I'll tell you a blue chip name that we own right now that we love a great deal. We think it's going to be the next Tesla. And I was buying Tesla at $42 a share when everybody said Elon Musk is a fraud and this is never going to work. And he only happens to be the smartest guy on the planet, in my view. So I have some clients that worked with him for years, and they said, you don't understand how smart this man is. He just has, he loves being underrated, right? But I like Uber here. Uber. We're going to have autonomous vehicles in a lot shorter period of time than people believe. Everybody says it's going to be 4 or 5 years. I'm hearing 2 years. 2 years. That if you own a car, you will be thinking about selling it because everybody else is going to be, hailing an autonomous vehicle starting in 2 years. And once Uber gets a fleet of autonomous cars and no longer has to pay their drivers, and they're the only game in town, really, globally, they are the brand. And so I think that's a great stock you can buy here in the high 20s. And maybe it becomes another Tesla. I actually think Tesla should buy Uber. That's a great play. That's one of my predictions for the next couple of years. But I think Uber's a good buy here. How about that? 1 penny stock, 1 blue chip. I'm not hearing you.
Sorry, I was on mute. Do you think, one of the questions is, do you think we're in a recession? And if so, how long may it last?
Yes, absolutely. We're actually in a depression now. I mean, if you look at the statistics that as they are today, now the official definition of a depression obviously is a couple of years of negative GDP. We're not going to see that. It's just too much, central bank money. We've got more government employees now than ever. not a single one of them have been laid off. So they're going to support the economic data to a large degree, state and federal employees. So we're in a recession. As long as we can get the country reopened and we don't have too much damage to consumer behavior, the lows could be in place now, and Trump wins in the fall, and maybe Trump gets a House too, and he can really start to execute the things he hasn't been able to do. And we could see Dow Jones 50,000 by the time he leaves office. So it's this next 6 months that I'm most concerned about. But I do think solid investments like real estate are going to be fine, as long as you're not leveraged to the hilt and you can wait this out and look to buy into weakness, right? Like you always want to do. I think it'll be short term. I think we'll be out of this by year end.
I think that's a very well put statement. Buy into weakness. I think when you think about fundamentals of really any business, I mean that's just you don't buy into the strengths, you buy into the weakness. So there's opportunity and upside. All right. We don't have many questions. Boy, my people, they must like to wake up early in the morning. Thoughts, parting shots, call to action, how people can get in touch with you. And then, got another question. They always do that. What event will signal the end of the bear market? That's a good one.
That's a great question. We got to get back above the 200-day moving averages. That's the main thing. And I'm talking about for the Dow Jones and S&P 500. Once we get back above the 200-day moving average and stay there for at least 2 weeks, we believe the bear market will be over. As long as we reopen and we get people back to work, that can happen pretty quickly. But again, I think that we're stuck not only are we stuck below the 200-day moving averages now, there's only one global index that's above the 200-day moving average around the whole world, and that's the NASDAQ. Now, tech tends to lead, so that's a good thing. We just don't think it'll hold. But again, let's get a retest or something like that, get back above the 200-day moving average, and get people back to work, and the bear market should be over, and get back into the bull market by year end. That's what we think.
Excellent. Well, that's a great question to end on. So, Kip, thank you for your time. Vertical Research Advisory. You've got a newsletter. You got a blog. You've got some other services. People should check you out and follow you on Twitter because you're a very entertaining human being.
Yeah, thanks, my man. Thank you, brother. Nice to meet another Herriage.
You too, buddy. Take care. God bless, and I hope we all get to go back to work soon.
Echo that. Amen. Thank you, Tim.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.